Hello, pile number one viewers. You chose the fertility goddess, Aztec fertility goddess, Chauchulique, and that word is Nahuatl, I believe. Yes, the Aztec language. So Chauchulique is your beautiful goddess here. This card does have a message. I will be reading this at the very, very end, kind of like your final oracle card here. So we're looking at messages from the version of you who has already succeeded, who has already made it, okay? What does that version of you want to share? And for this reading, I am using the Everyday Witch Tarot. So let's have a look. The version of you who already achieved it, already made it, already succeeded at the goal or intention that you have set for yourself. What is the message that version of you wants to share? All right, so we have the Two of Wands. And one more. I feel like this is telling a story, okay? And that Two of Wands is kind of like, interestingly enough, the starting point. It feels like here, the version of you that's already made it, they made a very significant choice, okay? Because Two of Wands, it's like they were at a crossroads, right? Or you were at a crossroads. You were at a significant turning point in your journey. And it was this crossroads that you were in, or that you were feeling that you were in, maybe right now, that activated. And I'm feeling activation from the salamander energy. I'm feeling the energy of action, right? So it's like this turning point, this crossroads, this pivotal moment in your journey. There was a pivotal moment in your journey that put you in a position to make a significant choice. And it was you looking at the bigger picture of your journey, like the person in the card is doing right now, that kind of enlightened you to something. And what it did was bring to your attention, okay, this version of you is saying, look, you were at a turning point. There was a pivotal moment in the journey, or we were at a turning point, right? We were at a turning point. The version of you that you are could not stay with or in a situation or continuing as you were. It's kind of weird to be able to word this as the future you. I'm not sure why, but we were at a crossroads. That's the feeling. We were at a crossroads, and it was exactly that crossroads, that turning point, that put us in a position to look at our situation from a wider lens. And it was in that moment that you, right? This is a feeling. It was in that moment that I took a bigger look at the situation and was enlightened with an idea, with a thought. And it was that thought in the moment that made something clear, right? And that is when I decided. So the future you is saying, I decided something. In that moment of enlightenment, of understanding, there was something that was made clear to me. And it burned something in my mind and in my heart. And then from that point, I made a choice. When I made the choice, it activated everything to get you where I am now. Okay? Like, that's the message. So it feels like there's a pivotal turning point somewhere up ahead. And once you're presented with this, you make the choice, and it sets the stage for everything that comes after it. But it feels like your decision was the very catalyst that was needed. I'll give an example. Yeah, you know what's funny? It's like it was this decision that was made, that you made, that gave you the catalyst to set you off in a new direction, to give you a fresh start. Because again, like I said, there's this feeling of not being able to stay as you were. But when it comes to the choice, it feels like really all that is required is that you just choose, that you make a choice. So many times we set our intentions with, I am this, I am that, right? Our affirmations. Excuse me. But the feeling is here, there's not a lot of groundedness sometimes in that statement. Yes, it's super powerful, right? But you feel it so much more in your body when you say, I choose. I choose this. I choose that. I choose health. I choose wealth. I choose happiness. You see? You feel it more in your body. It's almost like the affirmation or the intention gets grounded within your body, which then, again, for me, aligns more your mind and your heart, right? Because you feel it in your body so much more when you say, I choose. And it feels so much more believable, because sometimes we could trick our mind into saying, I am this, I am that, when we're really not. But if you say, I choose instead, it feels like it's more tangible that way. I don't know how else to explain it. Because you're not tricking yourself into believing yourself to be something that right now your physical world is not demonstrating. Do you see? So there's something about saying, I choose, or I am choosing, or I am deciding, that solidifies the intention so much more and makes it that much more grounded within yourself, okay? So there's something about you intending via a choice, not just in spoken word and affirmation, but choosing, that sets the tone to get you where you want to be. It sets the stage, okay? Yeah, look at that. Cool. Page of Swords, right? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, it could be you, but that could just be the energy you're taking on in regards to information, knowledge, spoken communication, research. Digging into something, looking into something, acquiring knowledge. Pages are students of life. They also deliver messages. It could be a download. Remember when I said enlightenment, right? It's like getting the bigger picture and being enlightened to information, fresh information that you didn't know you needed or that you didn't have before. I remember when I said the idea popping into your mind, and then it was from that point that you chose to move forward with a certain plan or trajectory with the Two of Wands. And I feel like that Page of Swords is the delivery of that enlightening idea or information or piece of knowledge that you needed to make the choice. It could be a download as well. It could be some kind of, form of research you were doing. Maybe learning something new. Yeah, I also feel like the choice that you make is going to lead you to the goal achieved, but also require that you learn something new, maybe that you didn't know before. Take on, I don't know why I'm getting like a new field of study, or communicate in some way. Put it in writing, documents, reading, verbal communication. So I don't know if some of you are writers, verbal, like spoken word. I don't know if some of your goals align with that or have to do with open communication, written communication of some sort, or taking on a new field of study. And the feeling is here, the minute you decide and you follow through, it is, with the Page of Swords, a first step in the direction of something new. But that's what gets the ball rolling, to place you in a position or a seat of success and achievement, so you can be the person and the version of you who already has what you're intending right now. So when we have the card Fresh Start, and the Page of Swords is also the first step in the direction of something new when it comes to, again, research, information, truth. written, verbal communication, learning. Yeah. It may require the choice to do something different, do something new, learn a new skill, right? Dig into new information that you didn't have before, but it's all with the purpose of the Two of Wands to get you where you want to be from where you are right now. Okay. I love it. Two of Cups. So yeah, you making the choice, taking the first step, gathering information, learning, realizing some enlightening things, puts you in alignment. This is a match. This is a frequency match with the Two of Cups. For some of you, could be a love match. I don't know why I just got the feeling that if this is romantic, intention that you are desiring of some kind. We do have fertility goddess here, right? So it kind of gives you the vibe that you're deciding to get back into the dating field. Here you are kind of feeling like the Page of Swords, new territory. And then the next thing you know, the choice to go back into the dating field ends up aligning you with a high vibrational match, a soulmate over here with the Two of Cups. Likewise, the same could apply because this Two of Cups could be business, okay? Business partnership, business union, endeavors where you find people that can, I guess, meet you eye to eye with your goals or have the same ideas, Page of Swords, in mind as you. And it feels like the first step you take in the direction of that after choosing is what aligns you with the right people, places, things, and scenarios that you need to achieve your success. I'm curious to see what's underneath the surface as an underlying energy, something that's hidden from sight that we can't see, but maybe plays an influence, okay? Okay, so that's interesting, the Hangman, right? So the Hangman underneath the surface is like sometimes waiting for something to happen or not knowing what to do. Interesting, because I did say with the Two of Wands, you might come into some enlightening information, right, with the Two of Wands, as you're kind of looking at your situation from the outside in. And then this activates or motivates you to make a choice, right? Well, meanwhile, underneath the surface, you've been doing a lot of healing, a lot of maybe shadow work. You've been in kind of a liminal space, maybe suspended between old and new. Like the Hangman is, he's not quite on the ground. He's not quite in the heavens. He's somewhere in between, right? And it may have felt like you were in, an uncomfortable situation from where you are right now or where you stand at the moment. But in that space, you're healing, growing, expanding, learning, finding spirituality, getting more in touch with your inner being, yourself, your higher self. There is magic in this energy of the Hangman as well, because it's literally Odin hung from a tree to gain enlightenment, and he does lose an eye to gain magic and insight, okay, and medicine. So it's like this, you may have felt like things have been up in the air. You've been feeling up in the air. Maybe life has been up in the air. Maybe nothing made sense and it wasn't really moving or going anywhere, because the Hangman is energy of stasis. So you could have felt like you were in a period of stasis, and then something clicks. This period of stasis, if that's how you feel right now, is not going to last forever. Your higher self, future self, the version of you who's already made it, who's already achieved it, it kind of feels like an energy. It's like this feeling of you were waiting to be ready, okay? And that big enlightening moment, idea, right, information, whatever it was not going to come through until you were. The thing is that when it comes through, it's going to be right on time. No less. No sooner, no later. The information arrives. And it feels like new to you or news to you. But when it does, it changes and shifts everything and literally starts you off on a trajectory to move forward, decide what you need to decide, choose what you need to choose, and then it's all systems go, which then leads to your alignment. Two of Cups. Whether that be work, business, love, an idea, an alchemical alignment within to align you with the goal, to help, right, your energy attract what it is that you seek. It's setting you off on a new foot in a very positive way. The thing is, you can't stay in a period of stasis forever, right? You can't stay stuck in place waiting forever. But just know the wait was not to hurt you. It was to mold you, shape you, facet you into the version of you that has what you're seeking right now. It's telling me with the Two of Cups, you also have become the frequency match to the thing that you have intended. And it feels like only then could the universe deliver. Only then would you feel the courage, confidence, and the motivation to decide, to choose, or to seek and find, so that way you could. Okay, is what this is giving me. Your higher self, your future self is saying, look, I've become the frequency match, but I had to do this first. I had to go through the shadow. I had to heal first. I had to gain enlightenment within. And then once I did, the answers came. The activation, the motivation, the desire was birthed within me and burned bright, which then pushed me, nudged me to seek with the Page of Swords. Seek and find, seek and you shall find. And that's exactly how that's literally how the snowball effect occurred, okay? To align over here with what it is that I desired over here. So it's like you go from this to this. You go from suspended, liminal space, stasis, to alignment. To meeting, arriving at, becoming the very thing that you seek. Okay? You know what? That's so funny because it says growth. But right here, this, for whatever reason, okay, SpongeBob. I know this is weird, but there's an episode of SpongeBob where Squidward is trying to carve something out of marble. And SpongeBob says to Squidward, be the marble, right? You got to eat the marble, live the marble, breathe the marble, sleep the marble, right? And then the next thing you know, he does exactly that, right? He tries to embody the marble, and then he was able to carve it. I'm pretty sure it was Squidward who was carving the marble, and SpongeBob was trying to motivate him. Let me know if I'm wrong. But this kind of reminds me of that, like being the thing that you intended to, to achieve, or embodying it, believing it, choosing it. And then it's like once you choose, I'm going to do this shit, right? Then the next thing you know, it's a snowball effect. And then you end up aligning and becoming a frequency match to it, and then attracting it to you. And before you know it, you're living it. And then that version of you is sitting somewhere remembering where you used to be. Remembering this period of stasis with the hangman, of waiting, of growth, of shadow, right? Because we do have the growth card. Yeah, so here's the growth, the spiritual growth, especially with the hangman that was taking place. The release of the old, like I said, hanging in the liminal space somewhere between old and new. That would also be a shift in a timeline here with the Two of Wands. I always say the Two of Wands can sometimes be a timeline shift, because you're at a pivotal turning point in the journey, right? Between old and new, between going left or right, or choosing path A versus path B. But the feeling is you can't choose wrong, because your future self is giving you the map to follow. But in order to be where you want to be over here with this Two of Cups, you got to release something in the process first. And in the choosing, you do release, right? Because again, you weren't going to be put in the position to choose until you were done and ready, right? Until you did the work, growing, expanding, and whatnot within. The choice is what helps you release the old timeline and also work through your fears. Okay. You got to release the fear, because I was getting the vibe of, you know, taking action, having the courage and the confidence to pursue it. Like, I'm going to do this damn thing, right? But in order to do that, you got to release the fear. You've grown, you've evolved. And it could be that, you know, part of it was your fear that was keeping you in place, keeping you from deciding even. But here you are with the Page of Swords, stepping out, taking a chance, trying something new. First step in the direction of something new, trying something new, being a student of life, just getting your feet wet, learning the, you know, your way around. And the rabbit energy in this card is also symbolic of like pivoting, because rabbits do pivot. In a blink of an eye, they could pivot and turn a different direction. And it could be that the choice, or the choice that you make that activates in the direction of the future you that already has it, pivots you so you can succeed. Pivots you so you can achieve it. It's the choice that pivots the path so you can achieve it. So you can be the version of you who's already made it. I hope that freaking makes sense. If it doesn't, let me know. Let's go ahead and read the final oracle. Okay. So let me grab this book here and find her. Chacholique. That's a tough one as far as the pronunciation. I hope I'm not doing it any injustice. Chacholique. Okay, so she is Aztec, Nahuatl, right, language. And she says fresh start. So she says, and she's a fertility goddess, so let everything else go. That would be the release, right? Let everything else go and start over from scratch. Okay, so again, the pivot. Let everything go and start over. The choice to let everything go and start over could be the very thing, the thing that pivots your path to align with the life that you desire. Okay, or the version of you who's already made it. So, Goddess of Water, Chacholique, is here to help you wash away everything that isn't working for you and create a brand new story. Yeah. It's funny because I mentioned writing, and I mentioned telling of a story. Like when I first pulled this over, I said, I feel like this is telling a story. I don't know why. And then we have this, which is, you know, energy of writing, communication, verbal or otherwise, and then you have the books here. So this is aligning in a weird way, but I like it. Yeah, I feel like it's saying making the choice to recreate or redo your whole like life's story in some way. Making the choice to change the narrative, change the story, change the trajectory. It's like the minute you choose, you ground it in your body, and the minute you choose, it sets off a chain of events. So yeah, here to help you to wash away everything that isn't working for you and create a brand new story. She's guiding you over her rainbow bridge to more fertile grounds. Do you see that? And for me, this is the fertile grounds over here, where you align with and find the energetic match, the vibrational match to everything you're intending from where you are right now. Because it's like you already have it. You do already have it. The minute you intend it, it's already created in the realm of spirit. And it's just a matter of getting you from here to there. Do you see? Making it tangible. But I feel like in order to make it tangible from where you are right now, it just requires a choice, a conscious choice. I'm choosing to do this, to be that, right? I'm choosing to start over. I'm choosing to start from scratch. Even if I have to learn new things, right? Over here with the Page of Swords. Even if it means having to release fears. It's like this feeling of I'm courageous now. I have the motivation to do it now. I just had to go through a period of growth in order to get me to that point of being ready, remember? But you can have a fresh start. You can make the choice. And then I feel like it just sets off a chain of events for you. To be the version of you that has it already. Because you already do energetically. You already have it. So I'm going to go ahead and roll the dice for angel numbers. If you're not familiar with my channel, what I do is roll the dice. These angel numbers can confirm a lot of what is already said in the reading and or provide you with additional information or a message that you need personally in the moment. I don't like to give out a source to look up the angel numbers because it could be one you don't like. And I want to make sure that, you know, you have a chance to find, you know, other things along the way as you research. Take your time, right? You never know what other magic you might find. And if you can, please refrain from putting number interpretations in the comment section for the same reason. We just want to give everybody a chance to find that magic for themselves. So let's see what your angel number is. 2, 0, and 6. 206 is your angel number. Go ahead and look it up, see what it brings to you. Please remember, you already have everything within you to achieve what it is that you desire and intend for yourself, right? Because there is no separation that way. Everything, everywhere, all at once, right? So there is a version of you that already has it. Just remember that. And it's about aligning the version of you now with that version of you that is already living the dream. Okay? So that's your angel number. Go ahead and look it up, see what it brings to you. If you feel that this reading has helped and connected for you in some magical way, do not hesitate to, let me know in the comment section, because I love hearing from all of you. Like, share, subscribe to support this channel. Maybe consider joining my channel membership for exclusive content and readings that I put out for members only. You could also support me further by visiting my Etsy shop. I do have personal readings there, as well as paintings that I will, channel and custom paint for you if interested as well. So have some fun exploring. Pay me a visit. Take care of yourself. I hope this reading helps, and always keep shining. Pile number 2, you chose Allah for your card. This is a goddess card, and there is a message associated to this card, so I'll be sure to incorporate that into the reading towards the end. It's going to act as your final oracle. We're looking for messages from the version of you who already has it. What does that version of you want you to know or be aware of? Okay, so let's see if we can get a few cards here. This is the Everyday Witch Tarot. The version of you that already has it, who's already made it, right? Let's see. All right, there's one card. Let's grab 2 more. If I need to look underneath the deck, I will, but let's see what we have here. Oh, I love it. 3 of Cups, 10 of Wands. Okay, Knight of Cups. I love this because the Knight of Cups is saying it's following its heart. It's moving in the direction of the way that it feels intuitively guided. Even if, right, there are challenges with the 10 of Wands, because that card can feel tough, right? It feels like a weight on one's shoulder. And it's not always easy, you know, to carry the weight of something, especially when it feels like it feels like a feeling of holding you back or holding you down. Or I don't know if you have a choice to make, but I feel like you might be confronted with something, and it might involve other people. Okay, Three of Cups. The Three of Cups wants to be happy. So it's almost like your future self, the version of you who already is living the dream, living the wish, okay? That version of you who already has it, who's already made it, is saying, look, I want you to be happy. You want to be happy. So what is it that you have to let go? Ten of Wands, right? Three of Cups, wanting to be happy. What is it that you have to let go of that's robbing you of your happiness in some way, okay? Because it feels like you want to be free of that yoke. It's like, don't you want to be free of that yoke? So what is it that you have to do or let go of in order to free yourself of whatever weight that you're carrying, whether it be mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, right? If you're overworked, Ten of Wands. If you're doing a lot of the emotional labor in a relationship or a family or friend situation, Three of Cups. It's saying you got to pull back. There's a like something's being required of you in that way. You know why? Because it feels like the version of you who's already made it, they're not carrying that baggage anymore. They're not being weighed down by that anymore. Why? Because Ten of Wands is an ending, kind of like an end of a cycle energy. Number 10 itself is the completion, the perfection of a cycle that has closed as a number energy itself. So I feel like the version of you who's already made it, let go of the yoke, put down the burden, or just release themselves of whatever was holding them back or holding them down or creating limitation and resistance, in order to move in the direction of the version of them that has it all. And the biggest factor was following your bliss. These, for whatever reason, these two cards are giving me that. I feel like the Ten of Wands is giving me energy of obligation. You may have obligations to people, places, and things, and that feels to be the majority of the weight that is keeping you from the version of you who already has it, from where you stand right now. Remember, there is a parallel version of you in a parallel reality that has already succeeded, has already healed, has literally already manifested everything you could ever wish for. So it kind of feels like this reading is tapping into the timeline of you who already has it. And it's like now it's sending you the message or letting you know, or maybe helping you to see something that you couldn't see before. And it feels like that version of you is saying, look, you can't live for other people. Three of Cups. You're going to struggle trying, okay, to please other people or to make everybody happy. It'll always feel like with the Ten of Wands, an uphill battle, right? It doesn't matter if they are friends or people that you love or close circles or families or community. It doesn't matter. This is about you following your heart. What does your heart want? Your heart knows what it wants, okay? And it feels like the way that you're going to achieve, right, what it is that you intend is when you live from that space fully. There's nothing wrong with taking into consideration, right, being self-aware of the people in your life, of yourself, but ultimately you have to ask yourself, who is it that you want to be? Yes, consider how that will affect you, how it will affect others, but in the end, if it's something you really want to be or become or embody, this is saying to move forward with that. Follow your heart. Allow that to be your guide. Your intuition knows. This is about your happiness. This is also telling me that the minute you drop that yoke, whatever it is that's kind of creating resistance, limitation, and or holding you back, you're going to align with the right people, places, things, and scenarios over here. Three of Wands is also saying these things are coming together because it's a number 3 energy. And number 3 is all about growth, expansion, manifestation, and that way. So it's like all the things coming together to assist the release, to assist you so you can move forward in the direction of your heart, because your heart already knows what it wants. And your higher self also already knows how to get it. So it's like the minute you choose you is the feeling here. You let this go. This is an ending. Right? So you can move forward. Release to receive. Release to align. Release to connect to that version of you who's already made it. All right, underneath the surface. Let's take a look. Oh, hell yeah. The Magician? Come on, right? Magical manifester over here. The Magician, that's you underneath the surface. Oh yeah, you have all the tools already within you to make this happen, to bring it to life, to align with it, to materialize it, to push yourself forward. Remember, the Knights are movement, speed, action, momentum, and in this case, it's moving in the direction of its heart, its desires of, you know, whatever its heart and intuition is calling it to do. So it's about moving forward in trust, trusting yourself, knowing that you can and you will. You literally, with the Magician, have the whole universe inside of you. You have everything that you need to make this happen and manifest it into a tangible form. But the version of you who's already made it, it's like this feeling of saying, I wouldn't be here now if I was still carrying all that. I wouldn't be here now if I was still living for everybody else, ignoring my, you know, my God spark to acquiesce or appease others and their needs. It's this feeling of choosing you for a change and choosing you, and there's no guilt involved in that. It's like learning not to feel guilty about that. That future you, that version of you who's already made it, it does not feel like they regret a single thing. You can consider others without neglecting yourself in some way. You are the fifth element. That's what the magician says, because it's all the elements on the table, right? Wands, swords, pentacles, cups, and you are spirit, the fifth element, who brings them all together, who creates then heaven on earth, who then makes the intangible tangible, who brings whatever it is that you've intended in the realm of spirit, you then bring it down and anchor it into the physical world to live it and experience it, to manifest it, to bring it to fruition. And underneath the surface, that's a super powerful energy to have, because it's saying that you're more than capable. But there are a lot of things or certain things in your journey at this time that are weighing you down, that could even be creating a belief, of it not being possible. So this could even be a belief pattern or pattern of belief or paradigm that you maybe have to release or break through and out of in order to move forward. So if it's not people, places, or things, it could be a mindset even that needs to be released to allow for this to happen. I also feel like for some of you, this is a creative endeavor that you're desiring for yourself in some way. Also, the Magician is a number 1 and the 10 of Wands is a 10. So again, you have two cards of one ending, number 10, right? And then a beginning with the number 1. So endings bring beginnings here. And it's like something has to come to a close in order to move you in the direction of that version of you who's already made it. Because we know that version of you exists. It's everything everywhere all at once, right? Quantum realities, quantum entanglements, you name it. There's so many ways to talk about it. And you exist simultaneously. But the version of you who's already made it is saying, look, I didn't get where I am now, living the life that I am now by hanging on to things that were not suited for me. All they were doing is anchoring me to the past version of me I didn't want to be anymore. So I had to let them go. But in the doing so, I found my happiness. I found other connections that were an energetic or aligned match to me. I found new friends. I made new partnerships. I found a new sense of community. I had support, right? 3 of Cups. All because I was aligning with my heart every step of the way. All because I decided to move forward with what was in alignment with my heart, instead of listening to what other people had to say, or feeling obligated to do certain things but I didn't want to do them anymore. Instead of putting other people's needs ahead of my own like I used to, I started to make myself a priority. The feeling is I stopped carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders, because the only weight that I wanted to carry moving forward was, if anything, my own, right? You can't carry the weight of everybody else on your shoulders because you're only one person. So then it's like the minute you realize enough and you say, to hell with this, that, and the other, you let it go, it changes everything. And then the universe starts aligning. Why? The universe starts aligning everything in your path to move you forward in the direction of the version of you who already has it, because you chose yourself. Every time you choose you, right? You align more, you align faster, you move yourself one step closer. There's a quote that says, every decision you make is a reflection of how much you love yourself. You see that? So maybe that's something to keep in mind as you move forward from this moment onward, okay? All right, let's see if we can get a few more cards. And then we'll read Allah. All right, so we have water energy, message, I love that, and air. So that's interesting because air is also communication, right? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, water, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, that could be you. We also have the Knight of Cups, which is water energy as well. So when I see these two cards together, I feel like intuitive download, intuitive hit, right? Some form of communication coming to your intuition, an intuitive nudge, maybe even a subconscious dream or message or intention you set in the subconscious, maybe affirmations you speak out into the universe, a message, maybe this message. But there's some kind of communication that's coming to you, whether intuitively or through spoken word, revealing some kind of truth as well, that may help you in this case to move you forward. It could be, you know what, with the 10 of Wands, it could be the straw that breaks the camel's back. You could receive some information or intuitively feel like have a gut feeling, and then that gut feeling gets confirmed to you outside of yourself, and that's the information that kind of is like the straw that breaks the camel's back with the 10 of Wands. And then that's the breaking point, in a way, the breakthrough that kind of says enough is enough. I'm not doing this anymore, or I'm not going to continue with this situation, with that person, with this place, with this environment, with this job. It's too much to carry. And then you decide to let it go. Bye-bye. No more. Bring it to an end with the 10 of Wands. And what that does is activate everything to move forward. Okay? Because the Lotus energy in the water card is also about change and transformation. So there's been a lot of things changing, I feel, subconsciously, maybe deep within yourself. And it's been kind of building up is a feeling. Building up to this breaking point or breakthrough. And there's some kind of truth coming to the surface as well. And I feel that from the air card. But let's see what Allah has to say, okay? And then I'll roll the dice for angel numbers. Okay. She's Igbo origin. Queen, goddess of morality, fertility, death, and cycles. Okay, so death, cycles, death and rebirth, right? So a closing out of a cycle for sure is confirmed, I feel, with the 10 of Wands and her energy. Allah's here to push you to align with your integrity. And there you go. If you're right, if you're in the right, she'll help you find justice and truth, right? Because I was feeling truth from this. Look at the little feather there. If you're walking the line, she's here as a reminder to do what is right, even if it's not easy. Yeah? Right? So she's going to help you align so you can do what is right, even if it's, or do what is best for you, even if it's not the easiest choice to make. Because right here we see that maybe it's not easy, but she's here to help make it happen, to move you forward and to let go of what's no longer working. Okay? So you can be moved in the direction and align with the version of you that has already made it, has already achieved it. Okay? Because you are the magician. You're in a position right now of manifesting it, but in order to catapult you, right, and align with that version of you that already has made it, there's something has to end and be let go first. And it might not be hard. It might not be easy. Okay? And it might be hard. Might be challenging. But you can do it. And you will. Because you already have it. Okay? All right, let's see if we can get an angel number to help this reading. If you're not familiar with my readings, I do roll the dice for angel numbers. Whatever angel number comes up can confirm what is already said in the reading and or provide you with an additional message maybe that you need on a personal level. I don't give you source to look up the numbers because it could be one you don't like, and I never want to imply that one source is better over another. I say do the research yourself, find the magic for yourself. There could be other signs and synchronicities that you come across along your research, and I want to make sure you have that experience. Likewise, if you can omit, right, putting the number interpretations in the comment section, we do want to give everybody a chance to find magic for themselves. So let's see what your angel number is. And in case I forgot to mention, in case I forgot to mention, I did shuffle for all these cards that you choose from for your pick a card. All right, so we have 391. That is your angel number. I'm going to go ahead and put that number in the screen for you. See what it brings to you. If you feel that this reading has helped and connected for you in some magical way, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, and subscribe to support this channel. Maybe even consider joining my channel membership for exclusive contents and readings that I put out for members only. You could also support me further by visiting me on Etsy. My Etsy store link is down below in the description box. I have handmade crystal jewelry there, paintings that I can do, custom for you. In regards to spirit guide channelings, I could even do personal readings if you're up for it. So let me know. Keep in touch. Have some fun exploring in my shop if you wish. Much love to you wherever you are. Be well, be safe, take care. I hope this reading has helped you. Always keep shining. Pile number 3, viewers, you chose Saraswati for your goddess card. I did shuffle for all of these that you choose from. There's a message associated to this card, but I'm going to read this as your final oracle message. Okay, we are looking at, pick a card here for the version of you who's already made it. So what we want is to try to glean a message from that version of you who's already achieved it, who's already succeeded, who's already manifested it. Okay, let's see their message to you. What do they need you to know? What do they want to say? If I need to look underneath the surface, I will for additional messages, but let's see. We have the Fool, the 7 of Pentacles, okay, and the 3 of Pentacles. I like this. This is basically saying the future you, they're saying that, I took a risk. I took a risk. I took a leap of faith, and it was the leap of faith that got me where I am now. I put in the work. Also, the feeling is I took a leap of faith. I reassessed my situation, got rid of what was working versus, what wasn't working versus what was working. I kept the things that were working. I got rid of everything else. It's like trimming the fat and pruning areas of my life, making adjustments, reprioritizing is also the feeling that the 7 of Pentacles is giving me. Yes, and it took a little work, some hard work, sure. But everything came together with the 3 of Pentacles. Eventually, everything came together. The right people, the right scenarios, the right networking. The feeling is here, you taking a risk, you taking a leap of faith is actually what feels like it's actually what gets the wheel turning. Because the seed's already been planted is what the 7 of Pentacles is saying. The seed's already been planted, it feels like, energetically. But the leap of faith is what gets it moving or started physically. Seven of Pentacles is oftentimes a seed in the garden that you're tending with care so it can eventually yield a fruit, right? It feels like the leap of faith is what almost like fertilizes the soil, so that way the seed can finally begin to grow and push its way through the soil. Okay, the intention. Also, the Fool is sometimes a bravery test. I call it that. Because in order to take the leap of faith, you do have to follow that call, that urge to take the journey into the unknown territory, to explore places and things and do things you've never done before. And in order to move in the direction of it, of this unknown, you know, follow that path, you have to leave a lot of your fears behind. You have to travel lightly. You can't take the baggage of the past with you. It is a 0 point, okay, that card. It's a fresh start. It's the energy of possibilities are endless. So it takes some trust in oneself, a little bravery, to step out into a new world or a new life or lifestyle, to try something new, do something new you've never done before, not carry any of the baggage of the past, any of the fears that would have normally hold you back, and go anyway. But there's a moment where you say, to hell with it. And you cast aside your fears and you step into the unknown. You take a leap of faith. You try. And it's that very leap and level of trust in yourself that helps like nurture the seed that you've planted, so it can start to grow further in a tangible way and bear fruit and come to fruition. I feel like that Three of Pentacles is saying you have so many elements working on your behalf. Like dream work makes the teamwork. Or teamwork makes the dream work. Yeah. Sorry, I said it backward. But yeah, maybe that applies. It applies that way too, right? Dream work makes the teamwork and teamwork makes the dream work. So I guess it applies both ways is the feeling here. Because if you dream it, the universe then has to support it. You see? And the support also makes the dream come to life. So yeah, I guess it kind of works both ways. That's the feeling here. You taking the leap brings it to life, gets the wheels turning. Yeah, if it wasn't for that leap, like the version of you who already has it is saying, if it wasn't for that leap, I wouldn't be where I am right now. I wouldn't have what I have right now. I don't know if this is a business goal or a career endeavor, maybe a creative endeavor as well for some of you, something you want to pursue in that department. Three of Pentacles is saying that you have admirers. I feel like people will look up to you in regards to having taken that leap of faith. I think you'll be a shining example of what it is to live your dreams and to step forward in the direction of them. You have talents and gifts that are to be admired, and I feel also to be shared, is what this is saying. So if you put it out into the world, you take the leap of faith and you put it out into the world, watch how the universe comes together to support you, is what the Three of Pentacles is saying. To support the seeds that you've planted so they can bear fruit. Because the feeling is here, it takes a village, you know? It takes a village to raise a child. But I also feel like it may take a village as well to birth a creative endeavor in some way. You might do something a little out of ordinary, is what the Fool is saying. Out of character. From the outside looking in, it might feel a little crazy. Other people might look at you and like, oh, I don't know. Are you sure you want to do that? And I want to say to them, like, or to you, don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. Work in silence, okay? Work in silence, because I feel like they're giving you side eye, or they're looking at you funny if you say something. But it's like, you don't want anybody projecting negativity onto something you want to do. Because you also, at the end of the day, you don't want them to try to talk you out of it or to make you lose your nerve. The feeling is here, the Fool is trying to work up to this leap of faith, okay? Because somewhere, you know, inside you might be a little scared to do this, because it's going to lead to so many unknown elements. And you might be walking into unknown territory. But it also feels like your higher self has a higher perspective than maybe the version of you, you know, your humanness, in all your humanness can see from where you stand right now. But your higher self has a deeper understanding of what this leap of faith can lead to. And I feel like it's your higher self that's nudging you to leap up ahead. But it's the very leap that nourishes the soil, right? That gives fertilizer to the seed so it can grow in a tangible way. Again, we have pentacles on the table. So it's trying to make something tangible here in a way that you can touch it, hold it, experience it, live it. Three of Pentacles is saying you will have the support. It's coming together. It will come together. It has to come together to support the vision, to provide to support the vision and give or provide the provision, right? To allow for it. I want to see what's underneath the surface. Underlying influence, something maybe you can't see from where you are right now. Okay, then we have the Hierophant. So yeah, higher self. I was just saying higher self, right? Higher self, spiritual wisdom, wisdom through your experiences, okay? Wisdom gained, yes, through your experiences. Spiritual knowledge. You are your own guru at that point. Structure as well with higher education and learning. So some of you are like maybe considering a career change. And it's the leap of faith into that field of study or into that new learning or into that new career that helps you get to the version of you who already has succeeded, already has what you want and desire and are manifesting right now. Higher education with the Hierophant as well. Also, the wisdom through your experience is like your discernment is really heightened and sharp. And I feel like, again, your higher self is leading the charge or leading the way. Your higher self knows what it needs to do. The future you is like communicating to the present you, and it feels like it's leading the charge, okay? Meditation also with the Hierophant card. Help you tap into your inner guidance, that inner knowing, and the feeling is also to ground yourself in some way. So you feel, okay, so you feel safe. All right, that makes sense. So you feel safe to take the leap. Because sometimes when we're not feeling grounded, when we don't feel grounded, our nervous system could kick in to try to like scare us or make us hesitate. And I feel like that Fool is saying, we're not hesitating. We're safe. We feel secure spiritually within ourselves with that Hierophant. We trust ourselves to do this, to put in the work necessary where needed, so this can happen. Because you're literally putting in the work. You're putting in the labor. You will, you know, it feels like you will be willing to toil if you have to, but it'll be worth it. Because that Three of Pentacles is seen, okay? You will be seen. You will be recognized. People will value what you are putting out into the world. All because you trusted yourself to do it. All right, so we have the Moon energy. Oh, yeah, perseverance. That aligns very well with the Seven of Pentacles and the sleep. Okay, sleep is about a hibernation, right? This seed has been hibernating. The seed of intention you planted has been hibernating in the soil, just like this. And despite not seeing anything surface level as of yet, you have been persevering. Even into the unknown. You've been persevering even through moments of unknown. But nonetheless, the seed is there and it's ready to be gestated. Seven of Pentacles. It wants to bring it to fruition. The seed has been growing in the dark, it feels like, with the moon. And it feels like one more little leap of faith on your end that's going to carry you over. The salmon is a symbol of abundance. They do fight the current to swim upstream so they could spawn and multiply. They are, like I said, a symbol of abundance. So you may have I guess, an intention of furthering your abundance or expanding upon your abundance in some way, persevering to achieve your goals. And this is also saying that you have what it takes to achieve it, to reach the finish line, because salmon always reach their destination, always. They always accomplish what they set out to do. Yeah, they make sacrifices along the way, and sometimes it could feel like an arduous journey, but they never, you know, get there and not achieve what they set out to do. They always arrive at their intention, achieve what they came to do. And there's always proof of that. Because from every one salmon spawned like another 100. You see what I'm saying? So it's like every seed has the potential to become a forest. Like a single, what do they say? A forest begins with a single acorn. That's the saying, right? So yeah. The version of you who already has achieved it is worked hard to get where they are. They never gave up though. And they took risks. Followed their intuition with the moon energy. Followed their spiritual nudges with the Hierophant. And persisted. I feel like the Hierophant is also saying, I have the keys, I have the codes, I have the map. That feels like the version of you in the future that has it, that has succeeded, that's manifested it, saying, I have everything you need. I'm already here within you. I live within you. I'm you. It's like I have everything that you need to make it happen. Tap in. Tap in. Connect with me. Meditate with me in mind. Or meditate with connecting to that version of you, right? In mind. Let's see what Saraswati has to say. Hindu goddess. Goddess of knowledge and the arts. Saraswati is opening your third eye to all things that require wisdom. Look at that. And study. Perfectly aligned with the Hierophant, right? Wisdom through your experience, spiritual knowledge, higher education, study. Focus on these things and you'll be rewarded with enlightenment. I feel like creatively, artistically, yes, rewarded with enlightenment and the achievement of your goals. I feel like you'll be blessed with them. You just have to take the leap. And the minute you take the leap, it starts, you know, getting things moving. It starts fertilizing the soil. So it can. So yeah, pursue your creative goals. Make your dreams a tangible reality by taking the leap and trusting where it takes you. It's bringing a seed to life is the feeling here. Okay, I'm going to grab angel numbers using the dice. You're not familiar with my channel, I do roll the dice for angel numbers. The angel numbers that show up can confirm a lot of what is already said in the reading and or give you a personal message you need in the moment. I never like to imply that one source is better over another. That's why I don't give you one to look up the numbers. I say take the journey, research them for yourselves. You never know what other synchronicity, serendipity you might come across in the process. Likewise, if you can refrain, please, from putting number interpretations in the comment section for the same reason. We do want to give everybody a chance to find a little bit of that synchronicity and magic for themselves. So let's see, what is your angel number for this reading? 8. That is a 9 and 5. So 895 is your angel number. I will go ahead and put that in the screen for you. If you feel that this reading has helped and connected for you in a special way, please do let me know in the comment section. I love hearing from everybody. Like, share, subscribe to support this channel. Maybe consider joining my channel membership for exclusive content and readings I put out for members only. You can also support me further by visiting me on Etsy. I have cool things there that I make by hand, including handmade crystal jewelry, channeled art that I do, as well as personal readings. If you feel led to, pursue one, let me know. Send me a message on Etsy. I would love to talk to you. Okay, so much love to you wherever you are. Be well, be safe, take care. Thank you for spending time with me, and always keep shining.